Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a really fascinating story about how a collaboration with AI turned a simple creative doubt into a pretty profound philosophical journey. Okay, so let's get right into this. We usually think of AI as this shortcut machine, right? Something to make our work faster, easier. But what if that's missing the point entirely? We're going to follow a writer who, by working with an AI, stumbled upon this amazing link between modern psychology and classic philosophy that could totally redefine how we see creativity in the age of AI. So our story kicks off with a creator, Mark Masahiro Hirayama. He had just published this big article about using AI to get into that flow state, but something felt off. He had this nagging feeling that a really critical piece of the puzzle was still missing. And this right here, this feeling is what started it all. He felt like he just hadn't done justice to a key idea in his work. And it had nothing to do with the speed or the efficiency that AI gives us. No, it was something much, much deeper. Something that almost feels like the opposite of our modern obsession with quick results. That's it, exactly. While the whole world was buzzing about how AI can accelerate literally everything, Hirayama was worried that we were forgetting about a fundamental human quality, the power of just plain persistence, that long-term dedication. The very qualities AI seems designed to help us skip over. So what do you do with a doubt like that? Well, he didn't just hop on Google for a quick fix. Instead, he started a conversation with an AI, but not as a tool. He treated it like a real thinking partner. And this is a huge shift in perspective. The common view of AI is that it's a tool, right? You use it for efficiency, for quick answers. But Hirayama did something totally different. He used Google's Gemini 1.5 Pro like an intellectual sparring partner, a true collaborator to wrestle with complex ideas and really truly deepen the whole creative process. And wouldn't you know it, through this unique back-and-forth dialogue, that missing piece that had been bothering him, well, it snapped right into focus. The missing piece was grit. In Japanese, it's yarinuku chikara, or yarinuku chikara, which beautifully translates to the power to persevere through to the end. It's a concept from psychology that perfectly describes that potent combination of passion and perseverance you need for those big, long-term goals. Now, the author remembered that one of his main sources for the original article, a book by Steven Kotler called The Art of Impossible, actually dedicates a whole chapter to grit. So it's not just about working hard, right? It's about having this deep, sustained passion for what you're doing, and then having the tenacity to see it through no matter what gets in your way. Okay, hold on, because this is where the conversation takes a wild and totally unexpected turn. The discussion didn't just stay in the world of modern psychology. Nope, it took a giant leap straight into 19th century philosophy. So how in the world did they make that connection? Well, the logic went something like this. To get into that deep flow state, you absolutely need grit. And the very heart of grit is about overcoming challenges and pushing yourself. Well, that idea of self-overcoming happens to be a central theme for the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, which led them directly to his most famous and maybe most misunderstood concept, the Übermensch, or the Overman. This reframes everything. Nietzsche's Übermensch is so often mistaken for some kind of a mystical, superior being, but really, it was all about humanity's potential to overcome its own limitations. And when you look at it this way, it's not some abstract ideal anymore. The Übermensch is anyone who embodies grit, someone who relentlessly uses passion and perseverance to crush obstacles and constantly become a better version of themselves. Grit becomes the modern practical instruction manual for that philosophical journey. So this human-AI collaboration wasn't just some high-minded philosophical chat. It actually produced a concrete, actionable plan for a brand new article, a sequel that promised to be way more profound than the original. And get this, the AI didn't just agree with the idea. It became a co-creator, spitting out a detailed outline for the new article. The structure it came up with was just brilliant. Recap the first piece, introduce grit, make that bold connection to Nietzsche, and then bring it all back to what it means for us today. It even knew to suggest adding questions and a call to action to really pull the reader in. And to make the whole thing even more real, Hirayama used another AI tool, Mapify, to turn their entire conversation into this mind map. It visually lays out the whole journey of this idea, from a single nagging doubt all the way to a fully fleshed out creative project. How cool is that? And the most amazing part of all of this? It took just one single focused hour-long conversation to do everything we just talked about. In just one session, the whole perception of AI shifted from a simple tool for making things easy to a profound partner for achieving real creative depth. So the author doesn't leave us with a neat little answer. Instead, he offers this beautiful, provocative invitation: see you at the point at infinity. It's really a call to action for all of us, to keep going on our own journeys of growth and self-overcoming. And it leaves us with a huge question. If AI isn't just a tool to make things easier, but a partner to help us tackle what's hard, what impossible things might we achieve next?